Okay, students, in this video we are going to discuss about rainfall and its type. In the previous video we have already discussed about the forms of precipitations. Now this is the one of the form of precipitation, that is rainfall. We'll be discussing about its different types in this video. Okay, first we'll see the different types of rainfall. So rainfalls are broadly classified, okay, into three types basically. Okay, so this classification is basically is based on the method by which the air is lifted up toward the upper air circulation. Okay, so we'll see the types of rainfall now. The three important types of rainfall, they are known as conventional rainfall, relief rainfall, or it is also known as orographic rainfall. So oro means mountain, okay, and okay, so mountain rainfall, we can also call it as mountain rainfalls. And lastly, the cyclonic or frontal rainfall. Okay, so these are the three main types of rainfall. So we'll be discussing about one by one, starting with the conventional type of rainfall. Okay, conventional type of rainfall. Now what is it? So this type of rainfall is mostly experienced in equatorial regions. So this is very important to note. This type of rainfall is mostly occurs excuse me, in the equatorial region, experienced in the equatorial region. Now the reason behind this is equator receives maximum insolation, we can say, due to intense heat near the equator region. The surface gets heated up and expand. So as a result, what happens? The air beings lighter, the air becomes lighter and moves in the upward direction, so in the form of conventional current. So this rising air cools down, forming cloud and gives precipitation. So these clouds are formed generally around 4 o'clock. So this does and gives heavy rainfall in the evening, especially 4 o'clock. So this is why sometimes it is also known as 4 o'clock rainfall. Okay, so conventional rainfalls generally occurs in the equatorial region. So remember this, equatorial region is the ideal place for conventional rainfall. Okay, so here you can see in the diagram how conventional rainfall occurs. So during the daytime the surface gets heated up. Okay, so the air becomes lighter, or the air starts expanding in the lower surface, and when it becomes lighter it starts rising up, and it forms, when it rises up, the air temperature of the air decreases, and this warm air starts condensing in the dust particles and forms cloud and gives precipitations. Okay, so this type of forms of like this type of rising of air mass and forming cloud and giving precipitation is termed as conventional types of rainfall. So generally occurs in the region of equator. Okay, now the next one, we'll see the next type of rainfall, that is relief or orographic rainfall. Now relief means a kind of any kind of physical features or any elevated regions, and orographic is a kind of mountain rainfall. Now how it happens, why it occurs? In this case, the moisture laden wind, or the wind that is fully saturated, we can say, is obstructed by the mountain range and is forced to rise up. Okay, excuse me. Okay, so as the air rises upward, it cools, relative humidity reaches 100%, and the condensation process starts. So this causes the formation of the cloud. So they provide rainfall to the windward side of the mountain slope. These are very important thing to remember. Orographic rainfall gives rainfall in the windward side of the mountain slopes, and the leeward side receives little rainfall or no rainfall. So therefore the leeward side is also known as rain shadow zone. And the areas throughout the world that experience the orographic rainfall are the Western Ghats in India, southern slopes of Himalayas in India, and the eastern part of China receives the orographic rainfall. Okay, so look at this diagram. This diagram represents the orographic rainfall. The air or the moisture laden wind, okay, being heated, okay, it absorbs some amount of moisture from here and it starts blowing towards the land. So if there is any kind of uplands, okay, in elevated region, then what happens, this air is forced to rise up. So when this air rises up, as this is then warm air fully loaded with water vapor, when it rises up, this air starts, the temperature of this warm air starts decreasing, and as the as the temperature decreases, then what happens, the water droplets starts condensing in the the dust particles, and when it rises further, the temperature of this particular water droplets reduces, forms cloud, and gives heavy precipitation in this region. Whereas this air, when it reaches to the other region, by that time it has already loosened its, it has lost its moisture. So due to which, in the rain shadow areas or in the leeward side, this is leeward side, receives no rainfall or very little rainfall. Okay, so this is all about the orographic rainfall. Now coming to next, that is cyclonic rainfall. Now cyclonic rainfall and frontal rainfalls are quite similar, okay, a slight differences is there. So due to cyclonic activities, air is lifted up with a great force. So wherever there is any kind of cyclonic activities, the cyclonic activities or the vertically rising air current will try to lift the air in the higher elevations. By that time, due to which the cloud condensation process starts, okay, rapid cooling of the air take places and condensation take places in the form of cloud and gives rainfall. So this is what we call cyclonic rainfall. So this region gets heavy rainfall, but it lasts only for few hours. This is important regarding this cyclonic rainfall is due to cyclonic rainfall, it gives heavy precipitation or heavy shower you can say, okay, but that particular precipitation will last only for few hours, not more than that, okay, maybe 1 hour or maybe less than that, but it will not last for many days, okay. But in case of frontal rainfall, we'll see what happens here. Frontal rainfall is generally it occurs in the areas where the two warm front and the cold front collides, or they moves in the same directions. You see here, it mainly develops in the temperate region. This is important to note. Frontal rainfall develops in the temperate region, so due to the development of fronts. Now I'll tell you what is front later on. So merging of the warm air mass and the cold air mass causes the frontal rainfall. So when the warm air mass moves from this side and the cold air mass moves from this side, when they are moving the same direction, okay, then they merge. The air mass which is lighter or the warm air mass will rise up above the cold air mass, as this is dense, and forms cloud and gives rainfall. So when two air mass having different characteristics moving towards each other, they do not mix instantly. So this is due to their different properties. One is warm and the other one is cold. So cold is very dense and the other warm is very light. So they will not mix up. Rather the warm air will rise up. So the warm air mass being lighter and less dense ride over dense cold air mass. So rising air mass cools due to which condensation occurs and the clouds are formed along the fronts. So this rainfall is also in the form of drizzle and covers the large areas, okay. So covers the large areas as well as it gives rainfall for many days. So this is all about the frontal rainfall. Now you see here in this figure, one air mass is cold air mass, the other side is warm air mass, okay. So when the warm air mass and cold air mass collides, the warm air mass rises up as it is light, and cold air mass, it is more dense. So what happened, it tries to shrink and tries to move below the surface of the warm air mass, and this warm air mass starts rising up. When it rises up, it forms cloud, okay, as it is moving to a higher elevation, the temperature of the air mass decreases, so cloud forms and gives rainfall. Now what is front? Let me tell you. So this is warm air mass and this is cold air mass. The meeting place of warm air mass and cold air mass, the place where it meets, that place is known as fronts, and generally rainfall occurs along the fronts or along the meeting place of warm air mass and cold air mass. Okay, so this is all about front or frontal rainfall. And the next one is distribution of rainfall. Now distribution of rainfall on the surface of the earth is not even. Some regions receive heavy rainfall or rainfall throughout the year, while the other receives only in summer or winter. Okay, some major areas are as follows. Now which are they? Rainfall throughout the year. Now which area receives rainfall throughout the year? They are the equatorial region, especially equatorial region receives rainfall throughout the year. Equator does not have any season, okay, and rainfall occurs throughout the year, every 4 o'clock you can say, every evening we can say. And apart from that, western part of Europe, okay, due to the influence of westerly wind, okay, it receives rainfall throughout the year, and rainfalls is heavy in the equatorial region. This is important to note. And apart from this, the next one is summer season. Now during summer rainfall occurs in the savanna region. Okay, savanna regions are the areas that receive rainfall, receive summer rainfall, especially the continental interior part, and the tropical monsoon region receives summer rainfall. So countries lying on receiving summer rainfalls can be India, eastern part of China, Pakistan, savanna region of Africa, etc. Some of the region that receives summer rainfall. Basically summer rainfall occurs in those areas which has a kind of impact of monsoon winds. Okay, next, winter rainfall occurs in the Mediterranean region, so along the Mediterranean coast. So Mediterranean region winter rainfall due to the southward movement or shifting of the pressure belt. Okay, we have already studied about pressure belt in the previous classes. So when the pressure belt shift toward the southward side, then westerly has some influence. This westerly wind picks up some amount of moisture from the Mediterranean Sea and gives rainfall along the coastal region of the Mediterranean regions, that is during the winter season. So westerly plays a very important role in giving winter rainfall in the Mediterranean region. Okay, so in apart from this, in some part of India also receives winter rainfall, that is in the coast of Tamil Nadu. Okay, moving to next, that is the rainfall distribution. This is based on the amount of rainfall. So region of heavy rainfall, that is less than 200 centimeter, that is equatorial region receives rainfall less than 200 centimeter. Monsoon region receives rainfall, that is should not be less than, it is more than 200 centimeter of rainfall. And the coastal the west coast of Europe and North America receives rainfall, that is more than 200 centimeter. Okay, now coming to next, that is the regions that receives scanty rainfall, we can say. Or low rainfall. This is tropical hot desert. Sahara receives very low rainfall. Mid latitude, especially Gobi desert, receives less rainfall, very low rainfall. And polar region receives low rainfall, especially the cold desert such as Antarctica receives very less rainfall. And lastly, the areas with moderate rainfall, that is Southeast Asia and Brazil, are the areas that receives very moderate rainfall. So rainfall between 150 to 100 centimeter. And less rainfall, or the areas that receives rainfall less than 50 centimeter or less than 100 centimeter is generally termed as the region of low rainfall. So this is all about the distribution of rainfall and types of rainfall. If you have any doubts, you can ask me in the WhatsApp, or you can ask me through personal messages. Thank you.